7. Barrett outside the switch. Doncic goes
Only the New York Knicks. We're not even 20 games through the 2022-23 regular season, and we see reports like this pop up. Yes, Derrick Rose and Immanuel Quickley, the New York Knicks are willing to discuss trades revolving around them. So I do understand the Derrick Rose side of that. We're going to be getting into that. But first off, maybe it's just Knicks for clicks. I'm not sure, but it's coming out by Shams. It's coming out by Ian Begley. So you never know right here when it comes to this circumstance around the New York Knicks. And there's actually some things that may make sense why we're having these trade discussions around these two players. But in my opinion, there should only be one that's moved. And I'm not going to lie, it hurts me a little bit. So when you get into this report here by Ian Begley, it says here, some teams have had cursory trade conversations with members of the New York Knicks organization involving Derrick Rose. As The Athletic notes, Shams and all that, as SNY reported last week, the New York Knicks have gotten some calls on Immanuel Quickley. In some talks, the New York Knicks had sought draft compensation as part of a return per sources. So let's break down the players right now. So I'll tell you why it makes sense why Derrick Rose is in these talks. You know, obviously the trade deadline and all that is in February, so that there's a good amount of time from now and February. But when you really think about it, Derrick Rose has come out and said, even in a post-game press conference, he doesn't understand what his role is. His career high the most minutes he's gotten this season, 18, 19 minutes? He hasn't gotten 20 minutes yet. You could say there's kind of a logjam there when it comes to that position, like you have Immanuel Quickley as the backup guard. And this is my stance with Derrick Rose. I love what he did when we went on a trade for him. He was one of the main reasons we won our first playoff game in 8 years. He was unbelievable when it came to that run. It was unbelievable when it came to that winning streak. But the reality is he's aging. He doesn't fit the timeline. And I know some people are going to look at, does Leon Rose have a timeline? That type of thing. And you do see a bit of a decline when it comes to Derrick Rose. And he has played better the last couple of games. And maybe that's why we're discussing the trades now, because you want to trade him when he's at his all-time high, but it's just so damn early into the season. We're not even 20 games in the season, and we're having this conversation, but does it really shock us? We're New York Knicks fans, and as much as I like Quickley, I do still think we need a veteran if we go on to trade Derrick Rose, someone to really be smooth sailing when it comes to controlling this offense. But I'm not going to lie, there hasn't really been that much smooth sailing when it's come to Derrick Rose so far this season. When it's come to running that backup point guard position, or when he's come into the game, he's turned over the ball. But you could also say with proper structure, maybe Derrick Rose would look different, or Immanuel Quickley would look different as well when it comes to that department. But the reality is he's getting older. He's getting paid a decent amount of money, especially for someone that doesn't play 20 minutes per game. He doesn't fit the timeline, and you want to see Quentin Grimes get his minutes, someone that's actually going to be here moving forward. Hopefully Quentin Grimes can stay healthy, though, so potentially Derrick Rose is getting Quentin Grimes minutes as of right now. We know he has this relationship with Tom Thibodeau, but Thibodeau probably won't be here in 2 years or 3 years. Or I do think he may play out his contract potentially, because Leon Rose is all about stability. So that's my stance on Derrick Rose. But then Immanuel Quickley, I'm not trading Immanuel Quickley. Do I think Immanuel Quickley some amazing player? No. But it's just like, is there a good enough draft compensation to get back? It's like, okay, I'm good with trading Immanuel Quickley. If we're putting him in a package for a star, that's a totally different story. But what star out there is to get? I know everyone's going to bring up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he could one out only once, but I personally don't think he wants out. The Thunder are improving right now. He's playing at an MVP type of level, and if he wants out, the Thunder aren't going to trade him. He's playing ridiculous. He has this contract, so like this big contract, so he doesn't have much say. The Thunder, he's untouchable. If I'm the Thunder, I'm making him untouchable. And Shai, he's playing at an all-time high level. No way Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be a New York Knick. I know we can dream about that all we want, but he is not going to be a New York Knick. I am sorry, guys, at least when it comes to these next few years, or when his contract plays out. So there's no star out there that we could put Quickley in for like a package for a trade, or even Derrick Rose and Quickley together. But I think it's going to be one of those things, you pick one of them. Who are you going to move forward with? Because Quickley, we're going to have to make a decision when it comes to his contract in a couple years, I believe. He has that qualifying offer. And this thing with Quickley. Quickley's a streaky player on offense. He shot 38% from three his rookie year. We know he shot over 90% from the free throw line, was one of the best foul shooters in the league. He was really good when it came to that floater, but there's been an inconsistency from beyond the arc, and there's been an inconsistency of really making the right play. Sometimes he just runs out the shot clock, runs around like a lunatic, but maybe if we get a coach with the proper offensive structure that fits today's modern NBA, maybe it could be a different story. But he's still young, and he is someone that I do believe his shot is better than his percentages. He's still pretty young in his career. He's going to have games that he's absolutely on fire. Then there's going to be games he's off. So some people, like, he may actually just be a streaky player, but I do like that he can get to that floater. He's been playing better lately. He was off to a very shaky start at the beginning of the season when it came to a shot from the outside. But one thing I love about Immanuel Quickley is his defense looks much improved. Maybe it's just the experience of another year in the league, him getting stronger, him being more disciplined, but he looks like a damn good, just phenomenal on-ball defender. His ability to read the passing lanes, and he's not afraid of the big moments. So Quickley, I definitely want to hold on to due to the age and due to his progression on defense. Derrick Rose is a step slow defensively. But I understand when it comes to Derrick Rose, but yeah, draft compensation-wise, is there anything that's gonna like blow me away and be like, oh yeah, let's trade him for like trade Quickley for that pick? Probably not. Unless the Knicks are thinking stupid, oh yeah, we could use these picks, trade up and get Victor Wembanyama, trade for a star. We're not in that situation. We're not getting a Scoot Henderson or anything like that. You know what I mean? So there it is, coming out by Ian Begley. So I understand the logjam, and I understand all that. And then Bleacher Report here, or Shams also, this is where I saw the Shams report. The Knicks have reportedly shown a willingness to discuss trades involving guards Derrick Rose and Immanuel Quickley early in the 2022-23 NBA season. Shams of The Athletic reported Friday the potential moves would be part of an effort by the Knicks to clear out their backcourt. Yup, like I mentioned, logjam between now and February's trade deadline. Jalen Brunson, this team's marquee offseason addition, yeah, he's shown that he's the stable starting point guard right now. He's typically being flanked on the wing by Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett. Behind that trio, the Knicks have a young group of reserves and includes Rose, Quickley, Evan Fournier, and Quentin Grimes. Yeah, Fournier better be gone. Like, if he's a New York Knicks next season, I'll really be surprised because he's not getting any minutes at all. But yeah, they brought up Grimes. Grimes would be probably taking Rose's minutes if we went on to trade a Derrick Rose. And you have to look at the contract situation if we go on to move on from Derrick Rose's contract. I'm not saying it's crazy bad or anything like that, but it brings us some flexibility that we'll be able to pay quick if the Knicks believe in him moving forward, especially based off of what he does this season. You know, give him a contract or extension or something like that. I'm not saying to pay Quick a crazy amount of money, but it can bring us flexibility when it comes to Quick's contract or even Obi's contract. You know, you have to think about that side of it and open up more minutes for the younger players. If that's Leon Rose's thinking, opening up more minutes for the younger players, I do think Leon Rose has the right headspace. I'm not sure what he means with the draft compensation, though, because, like, I'm tired of trading for picks if we don't really utilize them, that type of thing. But what are your thoughts on this? Like, I understand when it comes to money perspective, I understand when it comes to logjam perspective, but I'm not trading Quickly. Rose, I wouldn't mind trading. Again, I appreciate what Rose did here, but he's getting older. But thank you guys so much for your great amount of support. I may be live tonight for the Knicks and Warriors game. Peace out, y'all.